Hey, Dr Matt Worthington, clinical psychologist today, coming to you from beautiful Cedar Creek, just outside of Brisbane in Queensland, Australia. I've got my beautiful producer just behind the camera, Renee, and I'm here today to talk about the WimHof Method, combined with my experience recently at the Biocybernaut Institute, where I had some intensive neurofeedback, and that's in Sedona in Arizona. So the WimHof Method. How did I find out about it, and what is it? Well, actually, I was at a Christmas party, and someone at the Christmas party was talking about the WimHof Method and how it significantly changed their life. I'm always a little bit skeptical because I've got anxiety and trauma. Trauma makes you a little bit skeptical and not trust things immediately. So I was a bit skeptical when this guy started talking, giving high praise to the WimHof Method. I didn't quite believe the benefits he was coming out with, to be honest with you. But he gave me the details, and I went home and I did some research, and I saw Wim doing all these crazy things, being in cold and what have you. And I was a bit taken aback, and I was like, oh. And I was still a bit skeptical, and I actually left it for about 4 months before I actually decided to do anything about it. I signed up for the newsletter, and the newsletters would come through. And then one day I thought, well, I'll just give it a go. And I signed up for the fundamentals course. And honestly, it has changed my life. So what is it? What is the WimHof Method? Well, it's a breathing technique developed by Wim Hof. That's his name. This amazing guy from the Netherlands, Wim Hof. And he developed it about 30 or 40 years ago after a traumatic incident in his family. And it really helped him. It's the breathing technique, which I believe is based on a Tumo, an ancient meditation technique, and it gives you the impression of energy inside, combined with an intense calming effect. So you feel awake, but also incredibly calm at the same time. I would say what it's done for me is give me an intense sense of bliss. An intense sense of peace inside, like an unshakable sense of peace inside. It's amazing, actually. And I found that my sense of acceptability has significantly increased. My sense of inner calm, inner safeness, my ability to be more authentic has significantly increased. So lots of benefits. Shame and guilt seems to have significantly decreased. So these are amazing benefits from the breathing technique that Wim teaches through his online courses. And also there's the other part of the technique to the Wim Hof Method is cold. It's cold exposure, and he encourages you to have cold showers. And in a moment you'll see me going into some cold water here at the creek. For the sharp ones amongst you, you'll see that they'll be different, and it looks slightly different. The sun might be in a different place and what have you, and that's because we've actually been up here several times filming, and the water clip where I'm going into the water was done on a different day from today. The other thing I've done is actually gone to, like I said, Biocybernaut, and you'll see from my other videos, Biocybernaut is the only place in the world that provides intensive neurofeedback, specifically focused on what's called alpha wave training. And how did I find out about this place? Well, Tony Robbins, he talks about it on one of his YouTube videos, and I'm a big follower of Tony Robbins, and also Dave Asprey too. So these top guys in the personal development field have both been to the Biocybernaut Institute, and I'm a big believer in modeling, in copying what the most successful people in the world do. And hopefully some of their luck might rub off on me. Because if you want to be successful, whatever success means to you, not necessarily having lots of money, but just feeling good inside. I copy the people who have gone forward, taken the brave steps, and done their own research. Dave Asprey has his own neuroscience center, so he does lots of research on biohacking developments. So that's why I follow them. And because they've both been to the Biocybernaut Institute and gained great benefit, I decided to go. And I had an amazing experience, as you can see from my other videos. My experiences, where I talk about my experiences, I had an amazing spiritual experience. The people were amazing. Darren, one of the technicians who also worked with Tony Robbins, worked with myself. I felt very privileged that Darren was working with me. Grace was my trainer as well, like my coach throughout the whole process. She was just phenomenal. Both Darren and Grace, very spiritual beings. Biocybernaut itself is a very spiritual organization, and I felt so comfortable. The minute I walked through the door, I felt so comfortable. I felt as though I was in the right place, and the changes have been phenomenal. I'm just going to read out some of the benefits that are listed on one of the leaflets, on one of the Biocybernaut leaflets, and I'll tell you which ones I've experienced. These are some of the benefits. So number one is reverse age-related changes in brain activity. So the claim is that alpha training and the various other trainings will reverse age-related changes in brain activity. Now, obviously, I won't be aware of that, but there's research to back that up at the Biocybernaut Institute. Improve mental clarity and effectiveness. Definitely, significantly, my clarity and my mental clarity and effectiveness has significantly improved. 50% increase in creativity. Definitely, it's a massive increase in creativity. One of the reasons I went to Biocybernaut was for creativity to finish my book, and I've noticed significant differences in my creativity. IQ boost by 11.7 points. I wouldn't be aware of that, to be honest with you, because I wasn't tested before or after on my IQ, but nevertheless there's lots of research to back up that claim. I do use the dual NBAC app like Dave Asprey uses, and I've noticed my performance has significantly improved using the dual NBAC app. So whether that's representation of a boost in IQ. Reduce negative traits such as anxiety, fear, anger, bitterness and sadness. Yes, I've noticed a significant difference in my anxiety, my fears and my bitterness, definitely. And people who know me well have noticed these changes too. Increasing the positive traits like love, or positive feelings like love, joy, happiness, contentment and peace. Definitely. I definitely noticed a significant increase in contentment and happiness. And enhancing spiritual awareness, developing spiritual gifts. Yes, I had a huge, very considerable, very valuable spiritual experience while I was at Biocybernaut. Never had one of those in my life. Never had an experience like that in my life. That was phenomenal. And I feel much more spiritual since returning from Biocybernaut. And again, people who know me would attest to that. Learning effective forgiveness and non-attachment. Well, I did learn to forgive, and significantly. It was fantastic. I let a lot of negative stuff go through an intense forgiveness process. Building is self-esteem, self-confidence, self-trusting. Yes, without a doubt. My self-confidence has definitely improved, and I'm trusting myself more. Increasing emotional and physical well-being, without a doubt. Definitely feel more emotional balance. Developing natural intuition and problem-solving abilities, yes, without a doubt. I've noticed that. Just in everyday life, I find that my thinking is faster, my ability to solve problems is faster, and my ability to emotionally regulate has significantly improved. Developing natural intuition, yes, without a doubt. Performing more effectively, more creatively with less stress while having less anxiety. Yes, significantly. I find I'm more effective in my work as a psychologist. More able to speak about my feelings. Yes, I am more able to speak about my feelings. Not completely open. I don't think we should all be completely open and completely vulnerable all the time. But yes, definitely more authentic around my feelings. And naturally eating healthy foods and less junk food. Well, I was doing that before I went anyway, but I feel more comfortable around eating healthier foods. That's a big part of my life now. So Biocybernaut has significantly improved my life, significantly. And so one of my proudest moments was actually graduating from Biocybernaut as a Biocybernaut. Actually, as a Biocybernaut, I feel so privileged that I have this certificate. What is a Biocybernaut then? Well, Biocybernaut is it's an amazing word. It's an amazing word. Biology, cyber, technology, and naut as in astronaut, explorer of space. So a Biocybernaut is trained to explore their inner space, whereas an astronaut is trained to explore outer space. Biocybernauts are trained to explore inner space, and it's absolutely amazing. How does this happen? Well, I've talked about this in other videos. Basically, what the technicians do, or Darren did for me, was wire me up to a computer, put sensors on my head, and one of the most advanced computer systems in the world for neurofeedback. He wired me up to this computer, which is also wired up to some very sophisticated sound equipment, and the computer can pick up when I'm calm and when I'm stressed. And when I'm calm, the computer plays some very beautiful sounds, and the more calm I am, the louder the volume increases as a sort of reward, a sort of applause, if you like. So the combination of the WimHof method and the Biocybernaut experience, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I've noticed, more than likely, the Biocybernaut experience was significantly enhanced by my WimHof training before I went. The two together, very, very powerful experiences. If you're interested in achieving a sense of inner peace, a sense of significance, sort of unshakable sense of bliss, I would strongly recommend the WimHof method and the Biocybernaut Institute in Sedona. The two together are like two very powerful suns up in the sky. Two balls of energy, positive energy, two balls of bliss, if you like, two balls of inner peace, coming together and making an even more powerful ball of positive energy inside, an unshakable sense of inner peace inside. Just phenomenal. I highly recommend the two together. They sort of dovetail, they complement each other. Okay, thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.